Hi, I'm Sherry McGill, and you're watching Lessons Learned. Hello, welcome back to Finish It Friday. Today is September the 30th, 2022. Another month gone by. September always seems so much shorter, even though it's just one day shorter than most months. And guess what I forgot to do in September? I'll give you one guess. I bet you some of you can think of it. I tend to forget to do this a lot. The mini barn block. I totally forgot it. Totally forgot it. Do you know what that means? That means I have to do September and October next month. Because I don't think I'm going to delve into that today on the last day, although I probably should. Anyway, let me show you what I got done this week. First of all, I got my last block that I received in the mail for the Nantucket Summer Fat Quarter Shop Sew Along. That's this block right here. And it is called Seagrass. Block number 4. Easy, easy, easy. It's just, well, I think other than four blocks were just squares and the rest were half square triangles. So that one went together super fast. I'm just going to add that to my little hanger here. I have 4 blocks finished on that project, and I'm sure I'll be getting another in the mail shortly. And I also got Pat Sloan Hometown Charms, the weekly block for this week. It comes out on Wednesdays. And this is, ironically, it's called Hometown Hangout. Not ironically, but interestingly. According to her hometown, they hung out near the sea, near the bay, ocean, something like that. And she wanted to do a block out of a sailboat. Now, I didn't have that luxury when I was growing up, but we did have a river that was close by, and they had a canoe rental area that was full of people a lot of times, especially on the weekends in times of good weather, and you could go canoeing on the Blue River. And I've actually done that a couple times, and it's a fun time. Okay, she also had us to add 2 borders to this main block. And if you remember, or if you're doing this, you already know that center block there that's white, it has 2 borders around it. So we did those as well as that block. And I think she did that because she wanted to see better how to arrange the fabric on these side blocks so that she didn't have, 2 fabrics that were right together. So that was probably a good idea. Hold on, my dog's barking. You want to say hi? Come here. Blue doesn't know if he wants to stay in or go out. So we might have a few interruptions before this is all over. Maybe I'll put him on the table here and he'll behave himself. Okay, so that's what we did on the Hometown Charms. And I'm more satisfied with this block now. Now that it's got the borders around it, I like it more than I did originally. So that's all coming together. And as I've shown on Instagram a few times, as these blocks come out and I get them made, using Tulip Tango by Robin Pickens. That's my flowery fabric. And let's see. This was a new piece that I started to use from Into the Woods by Free Spirit. Also this one. And I think maybe that one is from them. And what else? The red, I can't remember what it is, but it's from a different line. But all the other fabrics that you see are Robin Pickens. So, yeah, it's turning out pretty cute, I think. We'll see how it goes along. And then, of course, we had our own block of the week, Vintage Mystery. And that was Whirlwind. And you may even have yours done by now if you're doing this sew along with me. And then I also have my 9-patch. And this is that same bird fabric that I was using last week, but it has a kind of an aqua background instead of a, what was the other one? The taupey brown background. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these up here. Some of my birds are upright. Some of them are not. But it doesn't matter. I can turn that one around and this one will be right. Little bird here and a little bird there. So I'm happy with that. And then I did not get to my She Who Sews panel to baste it and start quilting on it. Did not get to that, but it is over here on top of the table now instead of under the table. So maybe I'll get working on that this weekend. We shall see. I think I'm going to have to, I've got some packages of batting, but I don't want to cut them. This is about a 40 by 60. And I have a 60 by 60 batting, which I was hoping to use, but I think that's cutting it a little too close maybe. Or I might just add some strips around it just in case, but I hate to have a little strip on the edge. So I was looking at some of my bigger scraps of batting that I have, and I think I might do a Franken batting type thing and put some pieces together. So that'd be okay for that wall hanging, wouldn't it? Alright, your all's projects. Now some of these pictures are from before I gave my new guidelines, but the ones that sent them after the new guidelines, you're doing it perfectly right. Okay, first I have Colleen, and she's showing us here all of her mystery blocks that she's gotten done so far in one photo, which is nice. And she's using some pretty little florals there, and her background is a dark background. So it looks like a dark brown, but it could be possibly black. But those are really going to pop off of there. Once your quilt is all put together, you're really going to see those vintage blocks. And that's a great job, Colleen. You did very, very good. And then Ann Hines also has a quilt top that she finished here in purple and pink. And I think that's kind of a bluish purple that she has in there as well. And that was an ambitious pattern. She got that from the American Patchwork and Quilting magazine, October 2017. And she had cut it 2 years ago. But she found it again and decided to dig into it. And look there, she has it done. Nice job. Mary, she said she made a lap quilt for her daughter. She's a football fan, originally from Massachusetts, so of course a Patriots fan. This pattern is from Fabric Cafe called Favorite Things and Football. Oh, no, Favorite Things. And football is certainly one of her favorite things. She thought the blocks kind of looked like footballs. So she cut it out last night and made it today. Yeah, I see what you mean. That was a really easy pattern, wasn't it? Yeah, those Fabric Cafe books are like super easy. Jane made a bag, and she sent me 2 photos, as she should, because with a bag we kind of need to see the style of it. We have to see both sides to really know the style, right? So that was perfectly fine to send those 2 photos like that. But here's what she says. Greetings from the UK. This is my latest finished project, Becky B bag pattern by Quilters Trading Post. It's a hand-pieced hexagon patchwork, machine quilted, and she purchased some embroidered bees to put on there. And I see them. Very, very nice bag and super cute. Great job, Jane. Thanks for sending that all the way from the UK. Let's see. We have one from Sharon. She's showing us here her finished windmill garden quilt. And she's got it laying there on her long arm. So she has it finished. I think she's got the binding on as well in this picture. And I love how it turned out. I love how it turned out. So soft and breezy feeling, right? Love it. You did great on your color combinations. Okay, and then Dolores sent me block 3 from the Vintage Mystery. And she's got hers in reds and white here. Pat Sloan would be very happy. She loves red, right? And that goes along with your other fabrics that you're using there with your other blocks that you've sent us in past weeks. I can't wait to see yours put all together. I just think it's just going to look so good. And then we have another Finish It Friday submission from Helen. And she said this is a quilt that she made for her son, and it's called the Labyrinth Walk. And isn't this that same pattern that we saw the other day that Anja made? I'm not sure. I didn't go back and look. But here's what she says. She backed it with flannel to make it a little more snuggly. And her little pillow there on the bed is made from the leftover HSTs from the cut-off corners that she had from the quilt pattern. It's a 84 by 84 quilt, and she quilted it on her domestic machine. And I hope it's showing up in the close-up how much stitching she did on that with her machine. There's a lot of straight line stitching on there, and it really does the quilt pattern justice. It really gives you that 3D effect in a very good way. You can really get that 3D feeling is what I'm trying to say. And then she has a backing that's totally different. It's more of like a mottled purpley, not sure. Kind of looks like the End of the Wood stuff that I was using, but it's done in like blacks and purples and dark blue and gray and some white. Coordinates really well. I like when something's modern like that. I like that the back is a little bit of a softer texture visually, you mean? You know what I mean? Very good job. Very good job. I'm impressed. And what else? She said she started quilting in January, and this is the largest project she's done to date. Now that this is done, I want to start on some sew-alongs, including the Vintage Block series. I hope you do, Helen. I really do. And yeah, you're doing great for having just started in January. That's awesome. Lots more quilts in your future. All right, so that's what I have for submissions this week. And thanks for coming by and seeing what everybody's doing. And feel free to send your photos along when you get something finished, a quilt top or a quilt block, or like we had a bag today. So those are the kind of things we want to see. And thank you everyone again for cooperating with my guidelines on these pictures. It's helping immensely already, I can tell. All right, so what's up for this weekend? Well, I want to keep plugging away on my little gift bags, and I'm going to keep plugging away on this, hopefully. And who knows what else I might get into. And the girl came and picked up her quilt coat today that I had repaired, and she's really thrilled with that. So, yep, just keeping things going over here, and I hope you are too, and spending some time sewing. Even though it's maybe limited, it's still worth putting the time and effort into it because it's good for you. All right, we'll see you on Monday for the quilt chat. Have a great weekend. Bye.